to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a terrific Thursday, for this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Who y'all? I am definitely glad and still sleepy. Okay. I stayed up late last night, and I think that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I should have taken my butt to sleep, but I was up watching videos and different lives. And I have two phones. And so one of my phones, I set it to sleep in a little because both of my kids not going to school today. And so I was like, well, I can get up a little later. And so, y'all, that particular phone did not go off. And just so happened, my other phone was charging. Usually we cut it all the way off, but it wasn't cut all the way off last night, thank God. And I have a previous alarm that I never, I guess, turned off that went off. So when that one went off, I looked at my other phone and I said, oh my goodness, I cannot believe it go off. So I got to see what's going on because the volume is on that phone, but the alarm, I don't know if I put, because I was so tired last night, if I put AM or PM, okay? But thank the Lord I was able to get up in enough time. Then we faced traffic this morning on the way there. And so I had to take an alternate route to get my daughter to school. But y'all, I wanted to talk about something that really stood out to me. Make sure y'all tap that like button as you come in. Thank you so much. Let everyone know that we are live. Also, y'all, if you would like to help me reach my goal today and be a sponsor of the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, a gift, cash app, or buy a coffee. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all recently heard that Jimmy Kimmel was fired from, or indefinitely suspended from his show. Just out of the blue, one day he was going to work, and the company let him know, and I said, pretty much, you're not going to go live tonight due to the president wanted ABC to stop his show over some comments made about Charlie Kirk, right? And so with that, he no longer went live. Even the people that worked there were caught off guard going to work, thinking that they were going to be able to work, only to find out that everything was locked down and they were possibly going to lose their jobs. Now, after that it was a lot of mayhem. Okay, people started finding out what happened and wanted to take a stand for what was right in that situation. They felt that was unfair, that Jimmy Kimmel was losing his job and all of that. And so guess what a lot of people decided to do? Protest the company. Okay. And when they protested the company, we're talking Disney, we're talking Hulu, we're talking ABC. Now, a lot of these companies provide streaming services to people. Okay, so they have to pay subscriptions to these companies. Do y'all know that over a day, I believe a day or so, over the weekend, Disney lost over $2 billion. Okay, good morning, Dee. Thank you for joining, sis. They lost over not 200,000, okay, $2 billion because people chose to hit them where it hurts. Okay, money talks, and that, hey, let me tell you, I don't care how bad a credit you may think you have. Hey, Key1, good morning, sis. Thank y'all for joining. Indeed, thank you for being first in the building. I don't care how much bad credit you think you have, or how much, baby, you take them some money. You say, look, I want a car. My credit is 500, and you take them about $5,000 or $10,000. They're gonna get you in your car. Okay, gladly. They'll probably get you the one off the showroom, the showroom floor. Okay, money talks. And that's where they decided to hit them, was in the pocket. Okay, it was a united front to pretty much, look, let's do this. Okay, and people started in doing that, it got the attention of the people that are in charge. Okay, it caused so much damage to them, so they were like, oh shoots, we got to rethink our decision. Okay. I don't think this is the right thing for us to do. We're crashing here. Okay, so then there were talks with Jimmy Kimmel. Good morning, Bless from Texas. Girl, where have you been? Welcome. Thank you for joining. So then y'all, they had talks with Jimmy Kimmel after that, and y'all know the end result of that. Now, we don't know the details of what transpired inside of those meetings, okay? But hey, baby, I think the ball was in Jimmy Kimmel's court, in his favor, that he could go in there and pretty much what was an unexpected bad situation, off as a bad situation for him, was now a situation that turned around into his favor, where he could probably demand things that he couldn't demand at first, because they were probably like, look, we need you back. Okay, so baby, Jimmy Kimmel got his position back. We don't know if that included a raise, bonus, whatever. But the first show after he came back on live, which was not too long after negotiations and them talking, do y'all know that his views skyrocketed? It skyrocketed out of nowhere. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay, thank y'all for holding. So then, y'all, it skyrocketed over 6.4 million views. Okay, on that's just one platform. That's just one platform. Okay, it was way more than that on the others. Now, what happened is, because they had this bad situation, Jimmy Kimmel's name all up in the mix over what should have been freedom of speech. See you later. Have a good day. Good morning. What happened? You good? Okay. She's good. Okay. My daughter thinks just because my son has a checkup because he turned 8, she gonna stay home. No, you're going to school for what? When you get your checkup, you'll stay home. Anyways, she got a little attitude today. She good. Hey, Karen, some of ABC affiliates still aren't airing him. It's not showing in the DC area. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Some are not going to still air him. That's okay, but that's okay. It's going to still work out in his favor. So, y'all, this is what ended up happening. When people started talking about Jimmy Kimmel and bringing attention to this situation, not only the people that have been watching him started watching him, but the people that really didn't even know about him or that knew what his show was about or anything like that started picking up because his name was trending. Okay, his name started trending, so they were like, well, shoot, what did he say to get fired? So they trying to see what he said for a show to end. Then they like, well, shoot, everybody should have freedom of speech. He wasn't racist or doing XYZ. And then lo and behold, y'all, people that had not been watching him started watching him. Okay, I said all of that to say, anytime somebody talks about you, whether it is a group of people or whether it's an individual person, actually ends up working in your favor, because people that did not even know of you, now the attention is on you. Okay, God will sometimes use negative, what people thought was negative attention, to actually turn out into something positive and work to your benefit. Another example would be if you have someone at your job and they're talking about you, like to the boss or to the executives, and then they're like, man, this person is coming, talking about this person to me all the time. Let me see, who is this person? They may not have even known about you, but because attention is now on you, now their focus is on you, and they say, oh, you know what? This person's never been late before. This person always, giving good customer service. You know, instead of me firing them, this person deserves a raise. Come on now. You have now alerted, baby. Y'all better catch this thing. You have now alerted people that didn't even know me. Okay, now they know me and they can really see me. See, don't go by what everybody tell you about somebody. Get to know people for yourself. Get some evidence of what they're saying. Because let me tell you, sometimes people are hating, jealous, and they want you to get in trouble. They want you to lose your job and not be blessed. Baby, keep on talking about me, because the more you talk about me, the more blessings are going to be released to me. You're getting God's attention every time you put my name out into the wind. You are getting God's attention. Okay, you better recognize that your name carries weight. Come on now, y'all better recognize it. Your name carries weight in the heavens. You better know that your name is anointed. So anytime somebody speaks your name, okay, baby, you are setting me up for a blessing. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. When people think, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk about her and downright her and make sure she doesn't get X, Y, Z. I'm going to make sure people look at her in a negative light. No, because what you now done is open up the door for them to now see me. And people, when they don't just go by what other people are saying, will see the real you. Even if you're on YouTube and you're going back and forth and someone is talking about your name, then their people are like, well, who is this person? I know I've done that. I've been nosy in a chat and they going back and forth with somebody. I'm like, well, who are they talking about? I actually go over to the channel and I'm like, well, shoots, I like this person. Baby, let me stay on over here. Let me hit subscribe. Karen said, the power of the dollar. Wish us brown folks start using the power of our dollar. Hello. Okay, because I was telling my husband, I said, in our situations in which it's not downgrading anything, a lot of times we have some injustices and things like that. We'll do the protesting. We will talk about it online and so forth. But we don't think to do those types of things. It hits them where it hurts when it comes to their dollar. It hits them where it hurts. And so, yes, I agree. We got to start standing up together, more solidarity. They think Black people and brown folks are broke, okay? But trying to cater around Christmas time, trying to make sure, oh, we got these Black Friday specials. Y'all come on down and da. But see, we got to stick together. Because, see, y'all know when we tried that with Target, after they took those DEI programs away and everybody, well, hey, now I am going to say, although some of y'all was standing up, I saw y'all up in them Target stores, but y'all pay attention. Even in that situation, what ended up happening with Target? Target ended up losing money. I don't know if y'all thought about that. Target lost money. They had the CEO even had to be fired because Black people and brown people started, hitting them where it hurts with those dollars. So I must say, in that particular case, although some Black people are still up in them lines, Target is suffering right now. Okay, they are really, really suffering. Their sales are suffering and their stock is definitely suffering. Okay, money talks. That's going to get their attention more than us sharing posts and standing on the street in the heat with signs and stuff like that. They just ignoring us. But when you hit them where it hurts with that dollar, oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. She said, true preacher, OB, I'm telling you, I'm not going to hold you. I didn't take down my subscription because I have content. Girl, okay. Oh my goodness. Girl, I'm telling you, it hit them where it hurts. But yes, you got to recognize that your name carries weight. Okay, people can think they playing around with your name, your reputation, but baby, all you're doing every time someone talks about you is getting God's attention. Okay, and God is so strategic. He'll say, oh, okay, they wanted to talk about their car. Okay, let me go ahead and bless my daughter with a new car. Thank you for talking about me. Baby, get you some thank you notes. Hey, Smart Cookie, good morning, sis. Get you some thank you notes and send them to your haters today. Baby, thank you every time you put my name out there. Thank you. Okay, I done got this raised child. The Lord blessed me with a new house. Child, the Lord then just sent me a new car. Every time you get a blessed child, who out here talking about me? Well, thank you. Okay. Don't start getting upset, mad, angry. Allow it to change you into a hateful person because they won't stop. They don't have to stop. God, for one, will get them because vengeance is the Lord's. But in the same vein, you will be blessed. You will. He's going to allow them to sit at the table and watch you be blessed. Watch you eat. Come on now. They will live to see it. Okay, you want to say a person not gonna do, they'll never get this, they'll never have what I have, they'll never, I would never, okay, they would never. Child, when you are part of God's army, okay, when you are on the Lord's side and God has favored you, you can get whatever it is that's in your heart. Okay, whatever it is, and God will turn them into liars. Okay. Let's see. Smart Cookie said, yes, indeed, he sure will. Yes, I'm waiting on him to repay me because my hater stole one of my cars this year. Girl, okay, and it's good. God is a restorer. Don't get me started. Hey, honey, 5K gangsta goddess is in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, girl, God is a restorer. And you know what? When Joyce Meyer, I was listening to her one day, and she was talking about when God restores, God doesn't just give back at the same value. When God restores, God does it at an even greater value. So it's not just, let's just say a person has a Kia Optima, no shade, because I've had one and I love those cars. Okay, very reliable. I just passed one. Look at God confirming. Look at God confirming this example. Passing a Kia Optima. Okay, baby, God may say, look, why did I get off this freeway? What am I doing? I'm running my mouth, y'all, and exited too soon. I don't even know why I exited. Anyways, you may have had a Kia Optima and it was taken. And God says, you know what, daughter, I am going to restore you. Not only is he going to give you a car back, he's going to give you Rolls Royce. Come on now. You may say, well, I can't afford it. God could bless you with it, where you don't even have to pay it or give you a huge discount. You go at the right day, the right time. And speaking about right day, right time, I heard that some of the best times to go get cars would be on rainy days or the end of the month, just in case you're looking for a car. Okay. God does things well. Okay, and when he restores, he restores it at a greater value. See, what the enemy thought he stole, okay, let him think that he won, that was it. No, because God is a restorer. I don't care how many cars you've lost, how many homes you lost, how many, not trying to be triggering, babies you've lost, because I'm a witness to that. I had 2 miscarriages, and God blessed back double. And in my book, I called it Double Rainbow. God restores that which the enemy thought he took. But when you have the favor of God, God will always put you on top. Yes, we have seasons where it doesn't look like we're on top or we're losing. No, we always have the victory. It won't always be like that. Seasons change. Seasons change. And y'all, they sometimes change when we least expect. I didn't even know the other day was the first day of fall. I know my daughter had kept saying, "Oh, mommy, I think fall is coming. I think fall is coming." I'm like, "Well, girl, you know how it is here in Texas." Okay. Baby, we don't go on the regular schedule like everybody else. We still may get some summer here and all of that. Soon as I dropped her off and I looked on Facebook, someone had shared a post and it said, first day of fall. I didn't even expect that day. Smart Cookie said, "I am a witness. He moved me into a home that was twice the rent." Oh, wow. I had while I was unemployed. Oh, wow. And the job came afterwards that allowed me to pay for it. Come on now. Okay. It's not going to always line up or make sense when God's in it. Come on now. You are unemployed, but God's still blessed. He's still blessed. And sometimes, y'all, take him out of the box. You know, God, you can still do this regardless of my credit, regardless of how much money I have, regardless of whose family I'm a part of, regardless of where I came from. You can still bless me. You can still do exceeding abundantly above all that I ever ask or think, according to the power that works within me. You are a restorer. Anything that I have a desire, if it has entered into your heart, it's too small. Come on now, because he has things that have not even entered into our hearts, our minds, to be able to ask for. He's doing it bigger than that. Your wildest dream, something that you thought was just so unattainable because it was so crazy, because you thought about it, it's still too small. Okay? Because what he has for us hasn't even been thought about. We would not even be able to comprehend that which God has in store for us. So anytime the enemy tries to come your way with people disparaging your name, hating on you, jealous of you, talking about you, and you may not have even mentioned them or even know them, get excited. We talked about reversing this thing the other day, about don't be ignorant of the enemy's devices. That's one of his devices and his tactics. No, get excited, because you've now put my name in the wind. I know whose I am. That comes with knowing whose you are and who you are, because you have now set me up for another blessing. Smart Cookie said, "We just have to have the faith the size of a mustard seed." That's it. That's it. You don't even have to have great faith to get great things. If you just believe the size of a mustard seed, that God can and will do this, that God will open that door. I will get that job, that position. My business will flourish. Come on now, I'm speaking to myself. That God will bless me with the house of my dreams. That God will bless me with that car. That God will heal my body and I never have to be sick again. All we need is the mustard seed of faith. Yes, confirmation, sis. Yes, when I saw that kid, hey, I knew he was here. Okay. That car could have been any car. Okay, but he said Kia Optima, laid that on my heart, and bam, the Kia Optima about to come out the parking lot. God hears us. He knows us. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses when you got God. Okay? Baby, you don't have to keep up with nobody, because you don't know what people going through behind the scenes just to have what they have. Child, let God do it. Okay, he knows what you have been graced for. See, he doesn't give us someone else's grace. Okay? He doesn't give us someone else's favor. He doesn't give us someone else's mercy. He gives us our own. And guess what? It's new every day. New grace, new mercy every day. He gives you what you can handle. Okay? What your family can handle. Honey 5K said, this is so true. I went through something like this on YouTube where somebody was talking about me, posting my government name, making cartoons of me. Oh, wow. It didn't bother me. All I do is collect blessings. Okay. Excuse me. Girl, I've been through the same thing multiple times. Multiple times. I'm immune to it. It is what I don't even listen to it. If I know it, I'm like, okay, let me cut it off. You got to protect your ear gates. Child, do you get your views, get your little supers, whatever. But it set me up for a blessing. Okay, so that's how you have to turn that thing around. When they are talking about you doing XYZ, it is setting you up for a blessing. And people that did not know you now know you. They then follow you and see, oh, I like this person. Okay, thank you for putting my name out there. Every brick that a person throws at you, collect them. As you collect the bricks, step on them one by one, and you will see that before you know it, you would have been elevated. See, when we don't get the brick and throw it back at them, it causes us to elevate. When we take the brick and we say, oh, you throwing bricks, I'm going to throw it back. You still on their level. No, I'm rising above this. Okay, I don't want to mess up my blessings, because when I'm quiet and I let God do the talking, it puts me in a position to be blessed. Okay, because I have humbled myself. That's one of the hardest things to do, y'all. See, people think it's harder, to just fight or cuss people out, do XYZ. No judgment. That's your thing. Hey, do it. But okay, what is harder is to know that people are talking about you, hating on you, putting your name, a bad thing on your name, and you are quiet. It's harder to restrain. That doesn't make you weak, though. It makes you meek. Meekness is strength under control. That shows that I could go off. I could do XYZ. However, I'm making a conscious decision to control myself and not go there with you. I'm not putting myself on the same level, because I'm taking every brick thrown towards my way and I'm stepping on it. Okay. And before you know it, you're on a different level. You won't even come down to address the peasants. Okay. When you are royalty, y'all, you will never find when a person is high up in the royal family. Child, I wish they would come down from their throne to address certain issues. Okay, they got people for that. Okay, they have people for that. Glenn said, I know, I've been there. God bless me with another day. Amen. Amen to that. I'm telling you. Look at it totally different, y'all. I mean, and that thing blessed me. When I saw that, I was like, wow. People that did not even watch Jimmy ended up watching him when he was back online. It boosted his ratings. What people thought they were trying to do, knock him out, get rid of him, it did not work. It did not work. And that's just one example. But imagine if we applied it to our own lives, that principle of, you can't take me out. God covers me. He has a hedge of protection around me. He has favored me. And you have to believe that about yourself, that he favors you. You have new grace, new mercy on today. And if your name gets thrown out there, know that it can be caught up in the wind and God will send a blessing. And y'all, sometimes the blessing, yes, is to our benefit, but also the blessing is a message to your haters. It is a message to the people that are trying to take you down. It is a message to show them this not the one. This one is covered by my blood, favored and anointed. It sends a message to them. They know when it's something different about you. They know every time you come through, every time you make a way, out of whatever you're in, God is actually behind. That's the force we were talking about the other day. They know it's something about you. They try to shake you. You can't be shaken. They try to bring you to their level. And they're like, man, I don't know what else to do. Seems like every time I'm talking about them, they pop up with a new praise report. They pop up with a new praise report. Okay, they pop up with a new testimony. Look, what is going on? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Okay. I've seen it happen, y'all, time and time again. Another example, the other day, well, probably 2 weeks ago, I went out to eat with a friend that I hadn't seen. We had worked together, but I hadn't seen her in, y'all, probably a year. And we had went to lunch. And so at the end of us working together, the boss that I had was a narcissist. Okay. I had never had experience with a narcissist before. I didn't really know how they operated. And I remember some of the things Dee talked about on her channel, but also it's another guy, I'm forgetting his name right now, that I started watching and seeing his videos on Facebook. And God used that man in that season because I needed to hear some of the strategies of how you deal with the narcissist, right? This lady was, textbook case. And she was trying to ruin me because, y'all, get this. Let me tell you why she got upset. She got upset because I felt that her and some of the other people that hung in her office were being messy and talking about me. They were just moving different, little stuff here and there. And it was something that an email that was sent by another person, but the wording that that person chose confirmed that it was her behind it. She put people up to do her dirty work. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do, these people that work up here, if I'm friends with them on Facebook or something like that, I am restricting their access to my life. Okay. I don't feel that I can trust them, XYZ. So I didn't block her, which I could have. I restricted her access to my life. We have the right to do that, okay? On social media and in real life. If you feel that someone's moving funny and you want to restrict their access, hey, do it. Okay, so I just did that, never said anything else about it. So then one day she comes into my office and I was about to get a group of students and she was like, I was on Facebook and I know that you always posting your messages and things like that. And I hadn't seen you in a minute. And I was like, what's she talking about in my mind? And then she said, I look and I was like, are we still friends? I said, oh yes, we're still friends. And I think she thought I was gonna back down because she asked me, did I restrict her access? Because in Facebook, it'll show like with different posts if it's for friends or if it's for public. Okay. And I said, oh yes, I have restricted your access. Y'all, it caught her off guard because she like, how dare her do that? And so I guess she thought I wasn't going to admit it. For what? This is my personal Facebook. So I said, well, I just kind of saw some things and I just decided to just keep things on a business level, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, that's opened up Pandora's box for World War on me. Okay. Oh my gosh. She said, key one, that's why you don't tell people about your channel. People in the real world are grumpy. So y'all, after that, she started trying to turn people against me. Okay. The girl that one I went out with, we had our offices across from each other. She went right after me and her had that conversation. The students came in there. She went right into that office with her, closed the door, and proceeded to talk about me. Now, of course, she knew the deal. Because me and her talked on a daily. She knew the deal. And it was her birthday. That's the other thing, y'all. It was her birthday. You, on your birthday, coming into my office talking about some Facebook restrictions. Child, you need to be enjoying your birthday. I even put a happy birthday message to her on Facebook, and I signed the birthday card that was going around. Okay. Now I had already pre-planned a half day off that day. So after my group left, that's when she came out of their office, and she stops by my office. And so my friend looked at me, cut her eye. She was like, well, everything is going to be good. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't anything personal. She was like, sure, Miss Mabry, sure. Being very sarcastic. I was like, oh, shoot, she's in her feelings. Okay. So then she was like, well, are y'all going to come down and have some birthday cake with me? I said, oh, well, I can't. You remember I put in for half a day, so I got to go. Oh, that was a shot towards her, I guess. No, I had already pre-planned that, baby. It's time for me to get up out of here. I ain't coming down there to get no cake. I already signed whatever, blah, 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 blah. So after that, y'all, she would purposely make things difficult for me. Like if I sent an email and had already come up with a plan for something, she was like, I don't like this. Or if I missed a day or something like that, she would call my other boss, because like I had multiple bosses that I worked for the district and for the campus. So yeah, I got so frustrated. I was like, every day I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know if what email I was gonna wake. So I had to keep a paper trail. Because what she didn't realize is there are other people who really know me that I've worked with. One of my former principals that I worked for when I first started teaching was in a high position in that district. I made sure, and me and her kept in contact, that I told her what was going on. Okay. Because this lady had influence in the district, and I did not want her to mess up my career or to mess up or play with my name like that. Okay. Yeah. Nosy. Yeah. So I even told my other boss as well what was going on. Now, she kept on with this game, and she brought me in the office one day. Y'all, it was so funny. She put me back in the classroom. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Like my position, my role, we were not supposed to sub because I worked directly with the teachers, like they're specialists. And she said, well, I'm going to put, because one teacher has not been back and the kids have STAR testing coming up, you're going to have to go back into the classroom for a month. I was like, well, if I'm going to do that, I'm not doing this role too. I'm not doing both roles. So I gladly went back to the classroom because I didn't want to go into the meetings with her anymore anyways. So did that. And one day she called us into the office, me and the other girl that was in that classroom. Now, this, y'all, she put on a whole performance. I wish I could. Oh, before I let short version, she tried to write me up for one day when I told her she need to watch the people she up here talking to. When she said, we're on a, well, I don't want to say her name, first name basis. So we can just talk. So I'm thinking we could just be real with each other. Oh, she used it against me. Anything I had mentioned to her and her saying we can just be on real name basis, first name basis right now, just get it out. She used it to try to write me up. Okay, but anyway, and the write up didn't even make sense. Okay, so, and I didn't sign it. After that, she called us into this meeting. Now, y'all, she stood up like she was on stage. Never seen anything like this in my life. Me and the other girl looking at her like, what is she doing? Baby, she giving this whole performance, thinking she was going to rile us up, get me mad. I was looking out the window the whole time. It was a little window in there, and I just looked out the window. I did not look at her putting on her show. When she sat down, I wanted to do the little slow clap. You know how you do the slow one? I wanted to do the slow clap. So I guess she didn't get the reaction that she thought she was going to get. Little did she know I had already talked to the assistant principal and told him what I had planned to do and had already had my ducks in a row. I had my resignation paperwork with me. Okay. So after she sat down and she was like, well, are there any questions? I mean, what do you have to say? Well, remember at the beginning of the year, I told you this might be my last year here. Well, God opened that door. And so here is my resignation paperwork. Y'all, and she had even brought in one of her friends. They thought they were about to get a show. Her friend mouth dropped. Her friend mouth dropped. Hey, let's say welcome. Child, she didn't even know what was going on. Her mouth, she didn't know what to do. She was speechless, okay? Because, girl, I had already made these plans at the beginning of the year, and you confirmed throughout this year that my decision was right. And here's my resignation paper. Where do I need to file this? What else do I need to do? She was like, well, you need to send a copy, da 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 da. She didn't have nothing to say after that. That was it. I was going to be out of there, right? So fast forward, I eventually resigned, all of that. It was, y'all, the last month when I left that place, I literally shook the dust off my feet outside of the door. And I said, she's here. I'm not coming back to this place ever again. Okay. So fast forward to me being at lunch with my friend that was working. Hey, Cancer 66, where have you been? I have been great. I hope you have been as well. Yeah, Latae had her on hush mode. Good morning, Dr. J. Happy Thursday. Thank you all for joining. So fast forward to the lunch that we had the other week, a few weeks ago. And me and her, we kind of brought that up and talked about it. I did not realize that her boss, because how we had two bosses. I had the reading boss at the district. She had the math boss at the district. Not only was I telling my people just to have backup witnesses in case anything went down, like I kept a paper trail, all of that. Well, she too was telling how unfairly I was being treated at that place. Okay. Now, the district, because that boss knew some people at the district level, okay, and was tattletelling on me, trying to make me look bad. But I didn't realize, and she didn't realize, I had people standing in the gap speaking up for me. I did not know this, y'all. This happened back in 2022 until a few weeks ago. She said, I'm so glad that she was speaking up for you. And she felt that was so unfair. I said, wait a minute. She was? Child, people will fight for you on behalf of you behind the scenes, and you don't even know. God has strategically put people in place. So when these bricks are thrown, when people are trying to really put your name in a bad light, okay, to make you look bad and mess up your reputation, God will send a person to say, no, that person is not like that. That is not who I've known for years. That person has a great work ethic. That person has been on time. That person is positive. You got the opposite happening too. And God was having my other boss speaking, had my other friend, her boss speaking on my behalf. So what she was trying to do was not working anyways. Because I said, well, golly, I'm leaving the district, but will I ever be able to come back? Because the way I leave, any place that I've worked for, I leave on a good note so that I can come back. The principal that I was telling y'all about that I worked for when I first started teaching, y'all, she's still there in a top position. Okay, so that means that she knows who I am. She knows who I am as a teacher, as a person. Okay, so my thing is, she was even speaking up. So what she was trying, people looking at her crazy because they like, well, we already know Lakeisha. So, I mean, what are you doing? And she's the one with all these different complaints on her record. But yet and still, they let her stay there. I don't know who she knows up in the district level. Everybody done told HR about this lady. And she's still there. She's still there. She's lost so many people. Okay. Let's see. Hey, love me. Good morning. Right, Latae. Smart Cookie said, I love it that you went in with the resignation. I did. I did. Baby, I was ready. And when I tell you, and see, what's funny is, y'all, even with that meeting, now I told the assistant principal first, okay? Because I didn't want it to be like I'm catching him off guard because he didn't do anything to me. Actually, he confirmed one day what I had been thinking about an email that was sent. See, this where she messed herself up. This how I put the pieces together, okay? Good morning, Mrs. E. Welcome. One day, she called herself talking to my friend, the one I told you I worked across from me, and it was a certain word. When my friend was telling me what she said to her, it was a certain word that she used, right? In the email that was sent, there was another word that she used. See, she was trying to make both of us look a certain type of way. Okay. But see, my friend never restricted her access. I restricted her access. Okay. Well, that word gave her away. So one day, me and the assistant principal, after we had a meeting, and he came to my office, and y'all, narcissists will make you feel like you're going crazy. You're nervous, all of this. I didn't know any of this at the time of how to deal with the narcissist, but I found out that day. So I asked him, I said, can I ask you a question? Please be honest with me. And I said, the email that you sent, because the email he sent, he also CC'd the guy at the district level on that email, and it wasn't truthful. Okay. And I said, he had just seen me that day, the assistant principal. And I was like, why would he do that? If you had a problem with me, you could have said it to me in person. So that in itself didn't add up. Why would he call me into a meeting the following day and you didn't CC the district personnel? I said, the email that you sent that day, did she put you up to doing that? Now, he had to be very careful because he said that he was also trying to leave and he wanted a good, I guess, recommendation. He said, okay, I'm going to be honest. Yes, she did. I said, I knew it. I knew it. Y'all, when I tell you that freed my mind, that I was not going crazy. Because I said, what if I'm making this up in my mind? I wasn't making it up. I was not making it up. And so, y'all, I was done. After that, that's all I need to know. That she had an agenda. She had a plan. But y'all, it doesn't matter because what you're doing is setting me up for a blessing. Every time someone speaks your name, it goes into the wind, up to the Father. See, they're thinking they're doing the opposite. They're trying to get people to not like you, to get people to look at you a certain type of way, to get, no. You just put my name out there. So now I qualify, okay, for the blessing if I react the right way. See, that's the thing. Don't react the other way because you may disqualify yourself. Okay. I could have moved the way she was moving. No, I kept a paper trail. Every email, okay, every little thing. Y'all, she tried so much. Text mess, so much. She was really trying to take me there. She wanted me to go off on her. She did. She was trying it. Let me see what y'all saying. Good morning, love me. Okay. Cancer 66 said, I've been missing all of your lives. I haven't gotten any notifications. What? I'm going to be checking going forward. Yeah, sometimes if you unsubscribe and subscribe back, that may help as well. Okay. Shaking my head. Seems like they're trying to protect the very person who's running away good people. That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. I'm telling you. Hi, Mrs. X. Good morning. Thank you for joining. That's exactly what they're doing. Y'all, she has ran away some great teachers, assistant principals. Okay. They no longer work there. I mean, so until they see it, she will continue to do that. She will continue to do. I was shocked to hear she still works there. It's been 3 years since I left. I was like, she still works there. But see, y'all, her first year coming to that campus, see, she needed us. She needed me and the other girl. But once she thought she knew what she needed to know, the following year, she treated us totally different. Totally different. And I was like, what is going on? And I had even worked with her at a previous campus. I actually did and never had a problem with her whatsoever. But then once she got around certain people, good morning, Janet, she started changing, y'all. They were in her ear about certain things. And I was trying to tell her, actually, to help her. I was trying to tell her to help her because they didn't have her best interest at heart. But see, sometimes some people not ready. Some people don't want to hear that. And so she used that against me. Like I was talking about her and them. No, I'm trying to let you know what's really going on when you're not here. And outside of your presence, these are some of the things that we have noticed. But she couldn't receive it. she was so tied to them, and y'all, they were sitting in the front conference room talking about people. I mean, it was sad. It was sad. And some of the stuff, because I would be in some of the leadership meetings, I just shook my head. I was like, dang, it's so unprofessional. And so it was my turn. I guess she was like, well, she restricted my access, so I'm gonna come after her. And what if someone restricts your access? I didn't even block you. So why was that such a negative? Why was that such a negative? Because for one, you don't come in a post on my stuff anyway. See, this is my thing. People always want to be surveillance, but you don't want to comment. You don't want to hit like. You don't want to leave a comment or nothing. So what's your purpose? So what was your purpose in wanting to stay a friend on there? What was your purpose? You didn't share nothing. You didn't comment. You didn't like. So what's the purpose? You just want to be nosy, right? Surveillance. Okay. And so there are people that are surveillance in our lives as well. They'll peep your page. They'll peep your channels. They're just looking, see if you still okay, what you got going on, but they ain't gonna like nothing, share nothing, comment. Shout out to the surveillance. Shout out. Thank you for the view. And I know probably not the likes. Okay. But there are people in real life that do that, y'all. They constantly watch. And then I saw a meme on Facebook talking about that. They get up every morning with you on their mind. They're trying to see what is going on. Are you still okay? Some people are not praying for the best for you. That's the reality. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to be victorious. But we don't always have to focus on those people. We focus on the ones that do want it. Hey V, thank you for joining. She said, no shout out. Stay out of my clouds. Okay. Right, V. Okay. V started her channel, y'all. V got a whole channel and doing great. Building up her group of people, her subscribers, a variety. It's not going to hurt to be excited for people, to celebrate people. See, sometimes I think people so afraid that if I celebrate you or if I like something or do this or pump you up, it's taken away from me. Other people may like you more. Guess what? That's your own insecurity. Okay, be secure in who you are. I don't mind shouting out people or pumping people up. It takes nothing away from me. That doesn't take away from your greatness because you said, oh, she's beautiful. Okay, so you think you're less beautiful because you said somebody else is beautiful? No. If you're secure in the fact that you're beautiful, you don't have to worry about that. If you're secure in the fact that you're great, if you say somebody else, man, they are good at what they do. What is wrong with that? But then you have people out here, they will say, oh my gosh, she thinks she all that. He think he better than somebody. No, you think that. See, you're saying that from what you think. Because who said that? Okay, who said that? Let's see. V said, I don't like that ish. I tell them, say hi and tell me you're in the clouds. I hate that ish. Okay. Honey 5K said they Google you. Wait, they Google you. They even search you on Facebook. Yeah. I hand out compliments like Halloween candy. Right. It actually boosts you up. When you do that for other people, it actually boosts you up. It makes you look better. Okay? Because it shows that you are secure in who you are. And there are some people not secure in who they are. They're not. So any little thing, if somebody looks like they doing better than them, they got to say, well, how they getting? Don't worry about how they getting it. Don't worry about how they can afford it. Worry about yourself. Like I told my daughter this morning, child, if I hear my son's name one more time, she wanted to stay home. Well, he has his checkup because he just turned 8. His birthday was last week. And so taking him to the doctor today. She wanted to stay home. I said, no, for what? All y'all gonna do is get into it. You're going to school. But no, I don't want to hear his name. You got to focus on you. I want her to understand that in life. If we don't get that under control with your kids, y'all, then they'll grow up always focusing on somebody else. No, 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 no. Focus on you. Do you have an appointment today? Okay. Are you sick today? Okay. Focus on you. Focus on you. Don't worry about what the other person doing because you don't know what they got to go through. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Okay, so don't worry about, oh, this person, what they do. Don't worry about that. Worry about you and your life. Is your life under wraps? You got what you need? Okay, cool. Cool. Mind your business. Sometimes, y'all, sometimes we just gotta say mind your business. Okay. Smart Cookie said, worry about yourself. There you go. And mind your business. Yeah, I wanted to post the other day, don't be ignorant today. The ones who are in that live would have caught it. Okay, I hate what about tism. That's a new word. That's a new word. And y'all, I like making other people smile. Me too. I'm the same way. Okay, y'all remember that live the other day when we did the don't be ignorant, right? Y'all, the enemy tried me that day. And y'all, my own words came back to me. It seemed like everything. Now, we had a meeting scheduled, child. The meeting, now I done got ready, wasn't late, early. And y'all done brushed the meeting off and then moved the time. I was like, oh, Lord, am I about to pop off? Am I about to start saying to myself, of course, just go. I say, don't be ignorant. Well, what else can I do with my time right now? Okay, so those very words came back to me. So don't be ignorant today. Also, get some thank you cards. Send a hater a thank you card today. Send them out the blue. Inbox them. Okay, if you don't have a way to give them the card, thank you. They might say, for what? Oh, just thank you. Because see, baby, when you tried it, it didn't work. Okay, I'm just going to do a general thank you. Okay, today I think I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, every platform. I'm going to say thank you. They ain't going to know what it's for. But thank you, baby. You put my name out there in the wind. You just qualified me for another blessing. Okay? V said, mind your business. Just mind your business. That's all. Come on now. Okay? Let's see. Shout out to I'm Chosen. Thank you so much for the floating heart. I appreciate that, and good morning. Thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Look at God. He just confirmed, y'all, it's a train passing by. He just confirmed it with a floating heart. Okay, come on now. You just set me up for a floating heart. What other blessing? Go ahead, talk about me, y'all. Get it out there in the wind. What other blessing gonna come my way today? What the enemy meant for evil, God means it for good. Come on now. Honey 5K said the woman Googled me and seen someone with the same last name as me and was thinking it was my sister. And she was saying that's why your sister don't like you. My sister is deceased. No. Oh my God, girl. That is harsh, girl. Oh my God. And I was watching a channel, not last night, the night before, and she was saying, well, where's the girl's daddy? Where's the girl's daddy at? Why he wasn't there? And people were telling her in the chat her dad has passed away. And she didn't see it in time. I was like, yeah, because these people don't have their daddies. And then these girls grow up. And I was like, can she look at the comments? The girl's dad has passed away. Like, we got to be careful with stuff like that. Let me rewind after, because I just walked in and I felt it. Come on now. I'm telling you, God will bless every time they put your name out in the wind. Okay. It's setting you up. Get excited. Get excited, baby. You hear people talking about you. Get excited, child. What's coming? Okay. What is coming? Because, baby, he's preparing the table. Okay, he is preparing the table before me in their presence. They gotta watch you eat. Ooh. They gotta watch the very thing that they said you would never have. They gotta watch you enjoy it. The very time they said you would never get married, nobody's ever gonna want you, will be the you want an invitation to the wedding. I think I'm gonna give you a spot up front. Okay. Let me give you a spot up front, child. I'm telling you, some of my family, before I met my husband, yeah, some stuff I talk about from experience. Okay. One of my own cousins was asking me, when are you gonna get married? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Baby, because I'm not out here settling, because I take marriage seriously. Okay. Is that what it is? Is it because every little man I see, oh, that's my husband? Is that the issue? I didn't know it was a certain age where everybody should stop getting married. Okay. And it was not long after that, I promise y'all, probably within months or a year, is when I met my husband. See, God will show people. He will show people. He doesn't always, just doing this for you. He will show other people that he is in charge. Okay. He can do whatever he wants to do, and he can do it whenever he wants to do it. Y'all, my husband actually met me through the DMs. Okay. On the day that I wasn't feeling well. I didn't be more to know this man and guess what? Before I accepted his friend request, I did my research, because I'm like, I don't accept everybody as my friends on Facebook. He does. Now I'll be telling him, do you know these people? Because I don't just accept everybody. Hey, Jasmine girl, good morning. B said, I think the F9. Okay. Oh my God. Smart Cookie said, I remember my son's mother said I wouldn't give birth to a male child, and I did. Okay. Oh, grandmother. Because I was about to say, well, your son's mother. Okay. Girl, you had me thinking. I was like, no, wait a second. Am I missing something? Okay. Thank you for correcting that. Okay, thank you. See, set you up for a blessing. Set you up for a blessing. Okay. Y'all, I researched who he was. We kind of started talking. I found out he knew my pastors from years ago before, and yeah, we went on our first date. He was nervous, brought his sister and brother-in-law. I was like, well, I gotta meet the family on our first date. I was going to try to get out of Dodge because, hey, we met through social media. You could have been catfish. But then he sent his sister in while they parked the car, so I couldn't escape. Okay. Let's see. B said, I follow you on Facebook and I be liking and comment. Who? You follow me on Facebook? Child, I don't even be knowing some of the people that's following me. Now, friend request is different. But yeah, be a lot of people, girl, I wouldn't even know. And y'all, after that first date, I kind of, girl, I did not know that. I kind of liked him, I was like, okay. So, the second date, it was just us. The first one, I guess he was too nervous and needed backup. But our second date was just us. And y'all, we have been married over 11 years. Thank the Lord. Okay. But that was how we met. So you just never know, if you're looking to be married, you never know what field. Okay. Y'all know how Ruth, she was in the field. Okay. And Boaz noticed her. You never know what field God will use, whether it's your work field. Okay. The Walmart field, the Facebook field, the movie field, you just out with your girls field, wherever. You never know the moment. Now, if that's a desire of yours, some people don't have a desire to be married, and there's nothing wrong with you if you do not want to be married. That's just not your desire. Some people don't want kids. It's not wrong with you if you don't want kids. One of my friends, she doesn't want kids. Okay. And she is a good 40 something. Okay. And hey, child, look, you can borrow these. Okay. So I feel like it's nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to get married and stuff like that, um, but you just never know where or when it will happen. Be ye ready. Okay. Be ready for the blessing. Whatever it is you're waiting for, be ready for it. The other day, y'all, there was we get a lot of different companies, people that come through my place of work, donors and so forth. So there was it's an organization, a very big organization that my boss was on the news, and for Texas, we have a giving day here, North Texas Giving Day, where for nonprofits, organizations can make donations and so forth. And so he was on the news, and this organization surprised him with a check for $25,000 for our company, right? Now, I knew that they would be on our campus. Smart Cookie said, yeah, they used to say negative stuff to us like that back in the day. I got married late as well. I was 28. Okay, girl, that's not late to me. Now, my mama got married around that 26, 28. Baby, I was 35. Okay. Then after that, I was like, my biological clock is tick, tick, tick. Now I'm in the high risk category, Lord. Okay. When I was young and wanted to get married, it didn't happen. Okay. I was still, my nerves were still all intact. Now here I am, almost 40, trying to have a baby. This your fault, God. Hey, Brandy, good morning. Okay, nobody, girl. We just general talking. This is just generally speaking. Because based off of some of my former experiences, let's see, my son and stepdaughter don't want children. They're in their 20s. They might change their minds, but if not, that's okay. Yeah, you know, in the 20s, yes, sometimes you're not really there quite yet, unless it's towards the end of the 20s. You want to have fun. You know, your 20s, you're having fun and all of that. So you're not really just in a rush. So yeah, they got some time. Good morning, Aries LaRue. Thank you for joining Grand Rising. Oh, when I had my baby, girl, 38. Yes, 38. And I was in the high risk category. Girl, really? Thank you, Jasmine, girl. Well, you know, what can I say? What can I say? Those jeans are popping. A lot of people, though, to be honest, y'all, some people do think I'm in at least my early 30s. Okay, so you got married at 20, V? Golly. Oh my gosh. And so then y'all, oh shoots, where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, okay. Thank you, God. Okay, so then the donors came that day. Now they come in and they look at, thank you, Smart Cookie. They look at the facility and all of that. And so they walked in and I introduced myself and, you know, they introduced themselves. So then they go back out. So I'm with my kids there and stuff. Next thing I know, the lady says that's over the marketing, she comes in, she was like, well, can your kids be without you for about 30 seconds or 2 minutes? And I was like, okay. Am I in trouble? She said, come here for a second. So I say, well, am I in trouble? You know, playing it off. She was like, no. What they want you to do is like a little mini video for their website. And I'm looking like, what? Y'all immediately. And the guy comes up, he was like, okay, so come on, let's find a spot. So I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't had time to, what you gonna ask? I haven't had time to prepare nothing. How do I look? In my mind, these are all the questions, but you know, you don't want to act like you're not prepared, okay? You don't want to act like you're not prepared. So we go into this little room, and I told him, I gave him my good years right. Right. Thank you, Smart Cookie girl, because I almost forgot. So we go into this little room and he's finding the background and stuff. So he has his phone. And so he puts it up. I said, oh, wait, are you about to start? started recording. He was like, well, I'll give you a chance to think about it. And so he told me the question, like, what makes this organization or what you're doing a game changer, right? So I had to quickly think in my mind, like, oh my gosh, okay, what do I want to say? And so after that, it was like he put the camera up. Okay. I just let it come out, y'all. I just said what was on my heart, what was on my mind. And he said, okay, thank you. I was like, that's it. So I was scrolling. Now, he never played it back for me or anything like that. I was scrolling on Facebook, y'all, and came across my name. And I said, what is this video? Clicked on it. Y'all, it was me talking. I said, oh my God. On their website. And then my company shared their post. I said, oh my God, but it worked. It came out great. So y'all, I said all that to say, be ready. You never know a moment, y'all. It could be a moment you have been waiting for or an unexpected moment where God is saying, it's showtime. Baby, you better be ready. Okay. Okay, this is the guy. Girl, have your hair done. Okay, quit going to these stores, to Walmart, going to these restaurants looking a hot mess with your bonnet on and stuff like that. Because, baby, you don't know the field. Okay. Y'all know how we do on the weekends. We're like, oh, let me put this bonnet on. I'm about to go to the Family Dollar. I'm about to go to the Walmart. I'm about to go here and there. Child, then you see this fine man. You're like, well, golly, why didn't I put my wig on? Okay, you better be ready. Okay, somebody asking you, how much is it to pay off your full debt? And you like, oh, I don't know. Well, let me run in and pull up my reports and say, baby, you better have a number ready for that person. Okay. You better know how much debt you're in. If you're trying to say, I'm trying to live debt free, child, do you even know how much debt you got? Okay. Which makes me, I'm going to go get my number. Now that I'm talking about it, let me go pull mine and add up my stuff. Okay. Because if anybody comes to me and asks, how much debt do you owe? I want to pay it off. Child, I'm going to be ready. Okay. Have the number ready. I don't go with a bonnet on, but I definitely go with a t-shirt and stretchy. Okay. Oh my God, I'm about to shoot my shot regardless. He needs to see me in my natural form. Okay, V said she don't care about all that. He better not either, because you're going to have to see it one day. Okay. I'm not going to always have makeup on, a wig on, and all the best clothes, red bottoms. Child, you better get used to these house shoes and this bonnet, because this how you going to see me. Baby, you gonna see me without my makeup on. Okay, and definitely my husband sees me without mine a lot. Okay, because baby, I don't even do a lot of makeup. I think the most makeup I've had was for our wedding. Okay, that's the most makeup I've ever had. I don't do a whole lot of makeup. Period. The fudge. Okay, I'm telling you, child, you better have that number in your mind. Somebody say, what kind of house you want? Do you know what kind of house you want? Do you know? Do you know where you want it to be? Do you know the price? How many bedrooms? Do you have garages? Do you know what it is that you're asking for and be ready? He better appreciate my realness. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. You know what kind of car you want? I know. I know what kind I want. The next car. I know the next car that I want. So if anybody ever says, hey, come here, we want to give you, bless your family with a car, or hey, do you have a car in mind? Yes. Yes. I know the color, car. I know what I want the interior to look like. Yeah, exactly. I was in Texas for an event, and another friend there told her about me and my voice. Why they wanted me to do the orientation video for the university? Are you serious? Oh, I know you were nervous. Wow. Yeah, and then yesterday, y'all, They brought in a whole class from a university into, I was getting the computers ready and everything. Child, I looked up, so I'm thinking, oh, it's about 1 or 2 people coming in right before my first group comes. It was by 35 people started walking through the door. They were on a field trip. And then she said, well, I'm going to let Miss Lakeisha tell y'all about. And I'm looking like, child, I feel like I'm teaching a university class. Okay? Y'all, I started, you know how like you get nervous and you break into a sweat. I didn't used to do that. But I don't know if it got something to do with my age or what. But now, when I get real nervous and I try to play it off, I smile a lot and, try to be professional, get a professional talk and all of that. But, child, I had to take my sweater off after they left. I had broke out into a sweat. I was like, oh, okay, Lord, what are you doing? Because this is like 2 moments within 2 weeks. Okay. And I want a she shed, a rancher with a beautiful porch. Okay. See, look, V says she's already ready. Yes, y'all. Because I'm telling you, people keep putting your name out there. Look, it's setting you up. It's setting you up for a blessing. Reverse that thing. Do not throw brick for brick. Okay. Step on each brick that's thrown out there. Your name is in the wind every time they call it. It's in the wind now. God picks it up and he is starting to prepare the table. You threw my name out? Oh, okay. He got the table. You threw it out again? Oh, okay. He got the tablecloth. Oh, you want to lie on me? Oh, he done just set the plates. Oh, woo, and the cups. Come on now. Oh, you want to play with my name again? He done just got the platters. Okay. He done just set out the platters. You want to keep playing with my name? Oh, okay. He putting the drinks out. Oh, you want to keep on the salad is out. Baby, you're going to sit and watch me eat. Every time someone puts your name out there, it is setting you up for a blessing. I'm telling you. Be cognizant. Yes, we don't want people playing with our names. We don't want people lying. Let God take care of that part. Because we can't chase down every rumor. We can't chase down every lie. But what we can do, like my bishop has always told us, is to live the life. And eventually, those that need to see will see the truth. That what people tried to say was one thing was not really right. They were not really right about you. He will let them see. The blessings will let them see as well. Latae said a brick home, 4-3, okay, with garage, apartment attached, all appliances included, in a trust with my kids as the beneficiaries. Okay, come on now, you better be specific. I'm telling you, be specific in what you want. Even if it's been times too, y'all, that I've written out my prayers or written out the desires of my heart. If you have a spot where you go to every day, whether it's in your home, whether it's in your office, that you will see. I used to keep a little vision board. It was like a little mini one with pictures in it of what I was believing God for. And do y'all know, going back to that boss I was telling y'all about, do y'all not have that up in my office? And one day she came in there and she looked at it and she was like, okay, got this. Like she was comparing her life to what I had up there, what she had, comparing it to what I had. Child, this ain't your vision board. She hurried up when she saw that I had up there that I was in a doctorate program. Y'all, no joke. After she did that, next thing I know, she ended up in a doctorate program. It was weird. It was so weird. It was almost like a single white female movie type of thing that you watching people too closely trying to out, you have this whole competition that they know nothing about. Like it was mad weird. She was trying to do everything that I did or make sure she was ahead. The house, she had the house. I had a picture of her house on there. She hurried up and got a house. She hurried up and went and got her doctorate. I was like, well, child, did you write the book? Since you're in this competition. Okay. Hi, Pink Boberto. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Let's say I'm gonna look at it like that. Okay, maybe I was giving her motivation. Hey, you never know. Your life could be giving somebody else inspiration, motivation, but it's all about to their response. Okay, their response and how they are towards you. And I just felt a shift in how she acted towards me. I'm very good at picking up on when things shift in a relationship, when things are not the same. God will give you discernment. Not everybody has discernment. I know on Big Brother, I was watching this season, and one of the guys, he was putting his trust in people that I was like, why he keeps putting his trust in these people? They don't even like him. They lying to him. They're not loyal. But he wanted to be that for them, but they were not that to him. Hey, Shelly Shells. Hey, sis. Good morning. Girl, I just saw your message. I was laughing. I was like, so it's like every time y'all switch that up, your mind, if you're going through that, if someone is talking about you, is working to your for your good. It's gonna work in your favor. It's going to set you up for more and more blessings. Right. These hoes not loyal. They're not. They weren't. They weren't. He ended up getting voted out. And I hate it for him because America, actually, a lot of people, I'm in a lot of groups for Big Brother, they like him. He was the underdog. I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win, but he was putting his trust and faith in too many people for me that were not there with him. And he didn't see it. He just didn't see it. But God will reveal who's for you and who is not for you. Just pay attention. Pay attention to patterns. Pay attention to changes. Pay attention to how they act when you're winning and how they act when you're losing. Pay attention. Who's calling more sometimes? Who's starting conversations? All of that plays a part. And no, we can't base it all the time on this person hasn't called me, because y'all, sometimes people are fighting for their lives behind the scenes. Hi, Pammy Pooh. Good morning. To be honest, I've given up on politics a long time ago because it's too much. Right. Exactly. It really is. Sometimes people are fighting for their lives behind the scenes. So sometimes we can't take that personal. If people don't always pick up the phone and call us, um, it could be that they are just going through. Y'all, a lot of people are going through it, and we don't realize it. Okay. We don't even realize that they're just going through. Life is life, and everything is not a personal against you. So that's where the discernment kicks in. Is it, let me check on them, make sure everything is good with them, or is it they're pulling away and we're just not in the same place? Okay. Some friends I don't have to talk to every day or every month. I have one friend, we met when I moved from Houston. We met how many years ago? About 24 years ago, 25 years ago. And to this day, if we meet up or if I see her, it's like we haven't stopped talking yesterday. Like we have a knowing. We connect, Facebook and stuff, or we'll inbox, here and there. But we just have a knowing. And we just cackling and talking like we have never stopped. Brandy said, that's beautiful. We have our home in a trust for our kids. My husband had a home before we were married, and his kids on that trust. You have to take care of business. That's a good idea. Yeah. Right, Pinkbo. To be honest, friends come and go. Yeah. Yeah, they do. And even when your season changes, sometimes your circle changes. It's not always a bad thing, because sometimes there's a different you required. There's a different you require. There's new information that you need during that season. So if you're shifting into a new position, whether it's at church or whether it's at work, and you're like, man, why don't have what happened to Sandy? Where's Joe Bob at? What Kiki? Where in this season, that's not your village. That's not your crew. You're now trying to learn what you need to learn in these new roles. And so God is so strategic. He will start sending people around you that will help you in your new season. That doesn't mean that there is bad blood with you and Kiki and Joe Bob and all of them, Sandy. It just means that right now in this season, these people are helping me in my transition. My role has changed. My season has changed. So now I look around me and the people around me have changed. Yes, so true. You never know what someone is going through. Exactly, Mrs. X. Right. Right. Seasons change and people do too. So you got to recognize when it's just them changing or when your season has shifted. And to be honest, no one knows everything about someone. Oh, yeah, I agree with that, Pink Bow. Right, right. Definitely. Mm-hmm. So be encouraged today, y'all. Um, if y'all missed the beginning, we started off talking about that Jimmy Kimmel situation, how money talks, and some of the people that were praying for his downfall or thought he was not going to be back on air, are looking some type of way right now because people stood in solidarity and protested with their money, and it talked, and it actually put him in a better position, increased number, skyrocketed. His viewership skyrocketed after that. Now people that weren't looking at him are now watching him too. Okay, so all press or bad press is not bad. When your name is being tarnished, your character, all of that, it's not always bad. It could very well be the thing that is going to set you up for others to take notice of who you are and to set you up for a blessing. Let's see. Brandy said, my circle is small. I have 4 good friends. We've known each other since high school. I have many associates, but very few friends. Right. Exactly. Good morning, Pam. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Latte said that lawsuit he had on the company was going to be billions. Exactly. And I think they knew that. You could go with this or you could go with that. You could go with this or you can go with that. Which one? Which one we choosing? Oh, okay. Okay. And I get a raise? Okay. Do I get a new office too? Because see, it was now in his favor. The whole situation after that was in his favor because they lost billions. Their stock market, it crashed. It was crashing. Okay. It was crashing. And some of the main people that stood up for him were people who believed in freedom of speech. Okay, that people can say, should be able to say what they want to say, about whatever. Because, yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, so it can definitely work in your favor. It's not always a bad thing. Get excited if it happens. Because God will get your attention and he's going to get their attention. And we also talked about earlier about God being a restorer, that when he restores at a greater level. He doesn't just give you tit for tat. When he restores and gives it back to you, it's at a greater value or a greater level. So we use the example of a Kia Optima, and no shade on Kia Optimas. I've had one. I love those cars. But because someone was saying earlier their car was taken. Well, when God blesses you, he may say, well, hey, I'm going to give you this Rolls Royce. Okay. He gave it back, but he gave it back at an even greater level. Or your interest rate may be lower. Okay. Payments are lower. You got a discount. Okay. On a car you didn't even think you could drive. Okay. He gives back at a greater level. He restores double for your trouble. Come on now. Double for what you've gone through. We saw that through Job. He lost everything, but he couldn't lose his life. People were talking about him. His own friends. They were talking about him. They were wondering why he was going through. They looking at him like, well, God, have you ever had somebody, You going through and they're like whispering to other people, well, golly, what did she do? What did he do? Why they always going through something? It seems like they ain't never happy. What is going on with them? Not knowing it's a part of God's plan. All of that was because God knew he could trust Job with that assignment. Everybody could not handle that assignment where you losing stuff left and right. People talking about you, people wondering. Your own spouse said, curse God so you can die because it looks that bad. Everybody cannot handle that. Some people would unalive themselves. Some people probably would curse God so they could die. They wouldn't be able to handle it. He knew Job could. That's why we are graced with our own grace and our own mercy every day. It's new every day. You just woke up to a new grace and mercy. It's following you wherever you go today. And God knew he could handle that. So when God restored him, he didn't just, hey, Jay, good morning. Thank you for joining. He didn't just give him back what he lost. God restored it at an even greater level and double the amount. He even lived longer. Okay, longer than anyone would have imagined. The happiness that he once had was restored on an even greater level. So if you lose it, it's not over. You're going to get it back, but you're going to get it back at an even greater level. It will not always be like this. It happens for a season. And if we learn anything from Job, regardless of what we lose, regardless of who's around us that's talking about us, and even friends that walk away. Y'all, it has been times when I have been through and lost people along the way. See, the good thing, trying to keep it together. Yeah, I'm about to be kind of open book of crybaby all the time, but I feel God's presence. The good thing is, you know how people can sometimes lose patience with us, get impatient with our trials and tribulations? God is not like that. God does not get tired of us. God is not impatient. He is forever loving, forever there, forever faithful, forever present. Even if we fall, we have to keep getting up. We fall, we disappoint him, and we get up. He's there. His patience is not like humans. He's like, come on, you're going to get it. You're going to get it together. You're going to be stronger after this. You're going to have more peace after this. More love after this. Your faith is about to increase. You're about to be on a different level after this. Keep going. I got you. He doesn't walk away, ignores your call, ignores your text, complain. Oh, it's them again. Oh, I got my own problems. I'm going through my own situation. Here they are again. What is wrong with them? Why are they always sick? What did they do? I can only imagine that's what his friends were saying. There are people that say that about us sometimes. If we've ever gone through anything in life, that have possibly said it in the past. Or possibly saying that now. But go to the end of Job. Reread it. And see how it ended for him. Come on now. See how it ended. See how it turned around. And he was restored. Let that be of encouragement to you. I'm chosen said, my pastor said one time that you shouldn't want nothing back that the devil stole from you because it's going to be stinking. Oh, Okay. That's good. I love it. Latae said, stop telling my story. Girl, okay, come on now. Brandy said, I'm chosen now. Your pastor spoke a word. He said that. Right. What I didn't lose, I walked away from. Come on now. God promised me restoration and slowly but surely. Come on now. I have autism and ADHD, so I just stand my ground, tell people how I feel, and move on. And if that means losing people, then so be it. Come on. You got to say that. And you know what? And thank you for sharing that too. Um, Sometimes you have to do that. Okay, y'all. Yesterday, it was so my daughter and I learned things through my kids too. My son had his earphones on, wasn't messing with her or anything like that. Now, this in this particular moment, she wasn't trying to rush him. She was just telling him to move his Happy Meal because she needed to let the third row the seat down. Well, he must have thought she was rushing him. Baby, I don't know if he had a rough day at school, but there was a firmness and a loudness that I have never seen come from my own son. Quit rushing me. The way he said it, it scared me. And so I said, well, baby, she wasn't rushing you. She was just telling you to move. And I said, now wait, that right there, that's what I need you to use at school. When them kids mess I used it as a teaching moment. You know how like when they bother you at school and they think because you nice and stuff like that. Get with them like that. Use that voice right there. Okay? Because, baby, it scared me. It got me together. I didn't know what had happened. I said, I need you to use that voice. See, sometimes you got to use that voice, okay? Your authoritative voice with the enemy. You have to show him I mean business, okay? Quit using that weak crying all the time. Yes, we all go through that. Okay, we all cry. We all have some days we feel weak, but baby, something gotta rise in you sometimes where you like enough is enough. The devil done took too much. I'm not about to allow him to take anything else. I was listening to this song, I started to share it yesterday by Ty Tribbett. I want it all back. Okay, that was in my spirit yesterday. Baby, whatever you stole or thought you stole, I'm getting it back. Not that I only want it, it's coming back. And God is a restorer. It's going to come back at an even greater level, greater value. It's going to come back when I'm ready. It's going to see that we got to be real with ourselves. Some stuff not going to come back because you're not ready yet. It will come back when you are mature enough in Christ, when you are ready for the blessing. He doesn't want you to get the blessing and mess it up. Okay, so seek God as to why hasn't the blessing come? God, am I not able to handle it right now? What do I need to work on? See, sometimes we got to have those conversations with God as well. What is it? Is it something I'm missing? Is it something I need to get better in? Do I need to become more disciplined? Do I need to become more focused? Do I need to trust you more? What is it that I'm missing? Let's see. It is what it is, unfortunately, to be honest, right? Jay said, God is a loving God. He loves us unconditionally. Yes, exactly. Because you can't ever change a person. They've got to be willing to do so themselves. Yes, exactly. I'm chosen to say yes. I think my mother at one point felt like Job's wife. She didn't want me to die, but she couldn't understand all I've gone through, why it wouldn't get better to say what I am doing wrong. That God got me here at this place. Yes. And I think one of the hardest things, y'all, when my mom was like battle after battle with her health, and she asked me, and I did not have an answer. Why was she going through that? I didn't have an answer. Sometimes we don't have that answer. And I hated to keep falling back on it, but it's all that I had was, Mama, we got to keep praying. We just got to trust God. We just got to keep believing. That's all I could. I didn't want her to go through it. I didn't have an answer. And all I could do was come with that. And that's one of the hardest things to do. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome. Y'all behind in the chat. Pink Boat said, I love Happy Meals, to be honest. Even grown-ups do, even to this very day. Okay, right. V said that last message you delivered was so powerful. I'm clipping that up and using it. Praise the Lord, V. Okay, thank you. Brandy said, I wake up each morning and I pray not for things, but a conversation. Come on now, and thanking him for another day. God knows our needs and desires. Tell him what you want with a humble heart. Exactly. Jay said, like they say, sometimes you have to pop out and show him. Come on. Okay. Sometimes you just got to pop out and show them. I love it. Okay. That's what Hezekiah Walker said. I shall recover it all. Yes. Okay. I'm telling you, if I were to choose any show that has made impact on me, it would be Clifford the Big Dog. Right. Okay. Yeah, my son likes Clifford too. So y'all be encouraged today. I hope something that I said encouraged you, motivated you, inspired you. Because I know it helps me too, y'all. When I'm talking to y'all, I am talking to myself as well. I'll be sitting out in this car, baby. I get out. It gets hot. Okay, Texas is hot, but I love the conversation. I love starting my day off like this because God's presence was definitely here. He's speaking to us, and just know, everything that you're going through is not in vain. Thank you, Shelly. She said prayers for strength and comfort. Yes, if anyone is going through anything, we have prayers for strength and comfort for you. And that, look, get ready. Okay. Be prepared. Because, baby, God is about to do a mighty work in our lives. He's about to bless us beyond our wildest imaginations, y'all. Like I said earlier, if this already entered into your heart, it's still small. Okay? Because the things he has not even entered into our hearts or our minds. It's that big. It's that great. So we can't even fathom. If you really think of the reality of that God has blessings, right, in mind for each and every one of us on here and that will watch this replay, that we have not even been able to think about. It has not, the idea has not even hit us. It's not in our hearts. He has that for us. We can't even fathom. We can't fathom it. It's not in our hearts yet. He's a great God and has great plans for us. I thank y'all so much. Brandy said, you're such an inspiration. I enjoy your morning show. It's uplifting. Enjoy your day. Love you, sis. I love you too, Brandy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining too. And shout out to all of the mods, Shelly Shells, and shout out to all of the members that are lit up in green. Thank you for your monthly support. Thank you, I'm Chosen, for the floating heart today and for you being a sponsor for today's live. If you would like to help me reach my goal and be a sponsor, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And the last live, y'all, because I actually don't see my email when I'm on my phone, because my other phone's in the house, until after. But Cherry, if you're listening to this, I put it on my wall. I did see the coffee last live, morning live. So thank you so much. I'm Chosen said, a whole world hello to everyone that came in. I got my grandbaby, so not reading the chat. Okay, got you. I definitely understand. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. Thank everyone for joining today. Make sure y'all share this live. If you haven't hit that like, make sure you hit the like. If you are new here and would like to subscribe, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you, Jay. And I've missed you. Thank you so much for joining. Y'all have a beautiful weekend and a beautiful day. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.